Hello Earth, welcome to episode 49 of season 2 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I recommend you go to github.com/autocode.nl/cell. I will paste right now the link in the description so that you have it. And we're going to continue where we left off last week, I believe, which is implementing native calls like plus, minus, basically mathematical, comparison, and logical operators. So I did some design between then and now, but I think we're kind of going to continue in the same spot. If I remember correctly, if I look at this small to-do list, we basically have to finish annotating some code. Yeah, we haven't annotated this part, I think, but we have annotated this one. Warrant value. Annotating is when I basically explain almost line by line what I'm doing. Yeah, this is the same, and it's very useful to find issues and basically just overall know what I'm doing. That's what I get from annotating. I basically improve my code, I find bugs, and I find improvements, also optimizations. It's basically a higher standard. It enforces a higher standard of quality. So we're just now going to, should I comment this? First, I actually want to improve the efficiency of this call, because here I'm iterating everything, but I should do it like I do it here. So it should be the same. I'm copying this here. Yeah. It's really almost the same. Instead of call message, it would be message. Yeah, I'm doing everything quite wrong here. Yep. This could even be further optimized to say stop on not stop when you return something that is undefined. Like here I can just return what I push, because what I push is never going to be undefined. The push is of course on the array. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Interesting. So it tells you the length. Yeah, it can never be undefined. Good. Let's just leave it like this. Tests are still passing. No, wow, did I break it already? Wow, that's unfortunate. How can it be? Yep. Here. It has to work. Yes. I guess I can do this. All right. And now, so I did this. Before annotating the native, I keep postponing it. Basically, what I want to do is I would do cell.native. I would just basically pass the path 0. If native responds, yeah, but how do I know if it's an error or not? I could do it like a null. I guess if it's not false, current value is native response, something like that. Yeah, that could work. So I can just basically take all of this magic, and by magic I don't mean magic. If this is -1, turn false, because it's not supported basically. Ah, no, but I need to get the messages, right? Yeah, this is the same thing basically, right? Yeah, this should be in the same place really. So we're just basically changing the prefix here. Sorry, I fixed the annotated for the first case, right? Yeah, I did. So I want that message in any case, right? So I can just do it like this. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so I cannot do the message at the top because the prefix depends on the call definition path. It depends on this, so I have to do the message later. Yeah, the problem is I'm not using the same logic for one versus the other. I am going to leave it as it was before, and I can refactor it when I have more clarity. Okay, that works. Good. Let's annotate this. There's no call. We check to see if this is a native call. We get the message. In the previous block. And we call cell native, passing the first element of the path. First step, really. And message. If we get something other than false, it means this is a native call. So we set that value, the return value to current value. I want to look at something here though. If we get no path from a call to cell get, so I guess when you have a definition, yeah, there won't be anything literal there. Yeah, it's a good assumption. Otherwise, it's an override. Yeah. All right. And now we have the native. We're done with this very small to do. So we can jump to the bigger to do I had here. Well, the editor, I have a ton of things. I really want to work on the editor soon. And I had this idea to change the dot to dash for the placeholders of a list. But no, actually, let's just work and do a bit more. Multiple paths. Yeah, this one we did. Maybe a test is missing here. No, I think we do have a test for that, right? Multiple paths in message for non-native call. here we have it. We did add that. I think we're good. This is done. We can remove the evaluation and do some validation, I guess, here. Have the stripper function, which is good. And here we could do something like where were the validations that I wanted to put? I wonder if this makes sense to do in JavaScript. I guess it does. Yeah, I don't even have loops yet. See, it's here. And I also want to add this thing called wall, which is a way to block walking up but not down. It's gonna be how you can import code and still not have to fully trust it, basically. So you can reach down and get stuff, and you can pass stuff down, but that code cannot go up and read everything. And I'm very excited because I think that will work, really work. Okay, let's just work. So plus, did I have it somewhere? Validations. So I wanted to basically the message so basically we can do it like this: plus can mix text and numbers, but nothing else, or it can be all lists or hashes. So basically it's a concatenation. Let's do plus. Native if call equals I guess we can do something like this. Types, I can just go go paths to JS. Sorry, it should be here. Let's make this happen. So I just iterate the message, and then I basically just return but I just want the unique ones. I know you could use filter, but I want compatibility with all browsers because boom. T is float or T is integer, T is number. Yeah, not none and not infinity. Maybe infinity I need later, but it's all good. Yeah, push T. If types length more than 2, more than 1, and we can do it like this. Float, integer, string, text, object, hash, array, list. Yeah, like that. I can only be those things, right? Yeah, exactly. Return error cannot mix this will be types. Yeah. So basically, if you mix types, it's because you're mixing number and text, really. If call equals plus and for the rest of the operations, I mean, I don't think subtracting a number from a text or a text from a number would make any sense. So but I do like the idea of using plus and minus for lists and hashes. I think it's going to be quite powerful. I mean, if this is correct, this to-do list, and I'm not missing much, if we implement these native calls and they work, then we have nested calls, test them really. I think they will work. And then test recursive ones, which should also work because things eventually resolve. And then basically test passing functions as an argument and then returning functions as an argument. And I'm not sure how much this will work in terms of context. because of how things are resolved, but that's for last. So if we do this, we have a very good core for do, really. We already stopped with errors, right? Did we test that? Do we have any tests for stopping? No, we need to test that, right? That we stop. We'll do test two-step calls, test stop. Okay, yeah, all right. So we can do something like how was this? I can never remember the accumulator in my own library even. So basically, if it passes first value, what if I pass 1? Okay, this works. So I could do something like wait, plus is supposed to take an array, right? Yeah, you're supposed to pass an array. Yeah, and that I'm going to enforce really. Expecting a list. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't want to do it like this in the case of if types is not list and types is not hash, but it's a simple case. Yeah, like how I don't have to test the case where there's 0 items, because that's already in the system. If there's 0 items, there's no path, so there's no call. Yeah, I like that. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Yeah. I will return, so I have to sum 2 lists here. Now that's an interesting case, right? Wait, is this still working? What is wrong here? What's the problem with this return? I don't get it. If the type of the message is not array, yeah. What's the problem here? I don't get it. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm blind. It's if. Good. This is wrong. And this works. So how would I sum 2 lists? I would basically sum them by value. Do I want to duplicate the values? With duplicate values or not? Let me think about it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Not for very long, just a few minutes. So I'm going to write down what I want, and then we'll resume next time. But I'm really happy about this summing of nodes. So plus with the lists is about values. Plus concatenates values. Actually, let's say math ops with lists is about values. Math ops with hashes is about keys. Plus combines 2 hashes. Minus removes values from the previous one. On the first one, really. If you have 3 or more, all against the first, but in order, remove the amount that you find. For example, 2 minus 2 yields 2. Does this make sense? Or do I want to remove them all? We'll find out in practice, but this is quite powerful. Minus removes keys from the hash. Because keys are unique, there's no need to be concerned about instance of multiple things. Now this is tricky. Remove all instances of that value. So 2 minus 2 yields an empty list. And if you have an empty list, that's interesting. I basically get nothing. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.